Within the meeting of the minds, like, if you were been kind, spare our brother a dime. He can take a red line to 100 lifetimes. And you
radio has a stranger next to me. You see this person next to me?
I'm not a stranger. I'm just a visitor.
A visitor. Okay, visitor, introduce yourself. You're so pretty. Visitor, who are
Oh,
you?
thank you. My name is Shamel, and I'll be your co-host for the evening.
Shamel. I can't really talk about Shamel because I wasn't here last week, but that's okay.
See?
Anybody know the Bears score? Why isn't this thing going?
13-6. Still 13-6 with like 3 minutes left.
It's like been sitting there. What's going on? Anyway, guess we got to get on with this show. I was hoping that the game would be over before the show starts, but that's okay because we can kind of do both. If anyone finds a win, please post it. If the Bears lose, I don't want to hear about it. Again,
Don't tell us if they lose.
Yeah, don't tell us. I don't want to know if we don't win. Now, normally we have two co-hosts. I have lovely Shamel here and E. Roland. Not sure where he's at.
He's taking another break.
Yeah. You know, but that's how it is. He's so busy, man, now, and he's playing all over the city. No, even in Indiana. So he's kind of been all over the place. So.
Well, that's good for him.
Yeah, good for him. He's blowing up. So hopefully when he gets bigger than life, he'll still come visit us, and maybe he'll even have another name change.
No more just E rolling, huh?
No more E rolling. Maybe it'll be. Today during our Real Talk segment, we are going to discuss body shaming, particularly as it relates to Black girls. And we're going to talk about natural hair and the impact for those who don't want to conform. I mean, everyone knows that I'm one that loves different kind of flavors when it comes to hair. I like it. Think about the hair issue. We're going to talk more about it, of course.
I just think, like you said, choose what you want to do, and it depends on what stage you're in your hair journey.
Right.
Like me, I'm probably tired of my braids, you know.
Tired? Oh my gosh, this is like braid season. I was thinking about when I grow enough to get me some of those faux locks.
Yeah.
Oh, they look so pretty.
Yeah, it's just like sometimes you get tired of your hair being pulled and braided, and so I might change my stage soon. So we'll talk about that later, though.
But I like she likes to wear funky hair too. That's what she wears all, and she could obviously pull it off. She wears all different styles of hair. Big shout out right now to our partners, GV Entertainment, Oda Enterprises, and Great Tax Service. I start my show off with a scripture. I'm going to read my favorite one today. It's from Jeremiah 29, and it goes, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future." Such a beautiful scripture. Now, my hope is that the Bears win. Anybody got that score? Or if you do, please post it. Share. We're going to be right back on the Voices of Change on Intellectual Radio with the news you can use.
Come on. Yeah. I see you, baby. Get your shine on. Get your glow up. One time for the babies on the south side, the east side, the west side, the north side. Chi-town. Hey. Oh. There's a song in your song. It can flow from short to long. In your song, you are the story. Getting past your past, struggling with your past. It'll pass. It'll pass. Hey there, over there, you're torn from where and there. It'll bear. You'll get there. I know what I know. Suffered more than you know. Yeah, I can roll in the cold. There's always something inside you. It makes you beautiful, makes you beautiful, it makes you. He's the sun that makes the flowers grow.
And for those of you just tuning in, you're listening to the Voices of Change on the Intellectual Radio. This segment is called The News You Can Use, and artist that you hear with a sultry jazz voice is Story Devereaux. Story Devereaux out of Chicago. And now this is the news you can use. Actress Felicity Huffman was sentenced Friday to 14 days in prison for paying a fixer to change her daughter's SAT scores in order to secure her a spot in the college of her choice. It was the first major outcome of a college admissions scandal that snared Huffman and a number of wealthy, predominantly white families accused of gaming the nation's college admission system to get their privileged kids into the schools they desired. However, Huffman's sentence paled in comparison to that of another mother, a black woman from Connecticut named Tanya McDowell, who was sentenced to 5 years in prison for the crime of using a friend's address to enroll her son in kindergarten in 2010. And yet another black woman, an Ohio mom named Kelly Williams Bolar, spent 9 days in jail in 2011 for a similar so-called crime, using her dad's address to enroll her child in a better performing school district. As the Hill noted, when the college admission scandal first broke, critics called out the disparities between how Huffman's and the other wealthy parents' plights were being positioned versus that of McDowell's and William Bolar's. There's definitely a disparity, or some call it privilege, because all they used was an address.
Exactly. And you paid, well, I mean, I don't know if it's against the law to pay to get your child. It's unethical, is what they did.
I thought she had someone take the test for her child, but apparently she paid a fixer to probably
change the
score.
answer.
Yeah.
Somebody, one of the proctors, probably changed the answer for her.
Yeah, that's illegal. Yeah,
so it's just.
But 2 weeks is kind of that's just a fast or boot camp, right?
A vacation. Just go on vacation for 2 weeks and come back to your regular life. And while these women get 5 years, and well, at least one of them got 5 and one got 10 days or something. It's just
for an address. For an address.
Like, what do you need proof of address to say I live there? Like, what? It's kindergarten. It's school. It's kindergarten. It's not like you tried to blow up the school. Like, God.
I know. And the disparity, to your point, years or several days versus 14 days. And I wonder what kind of facility she'll be in. And I'm just kind of curious.
She'll be living it up. Living it up for 2 weeks, and then she go back to regular life.
Yeah.
Pay what is it, $20,000, $15,000? What does she have to pay? She has a bill to pay also.
Oh yeah, she did. I think it was maybe $30,000 or something like that. But think about it. To her, what is that? A drop in the bucket?
Exactly. Felicity Huffman, she's still getting paid from Desperate Housewives, more than likely. So
wait, she has her opinion on that. Things are looking good for Kevin Hart. I am so happy to hear this. According to TMZ, Hart was released from the hospital and is currently at a rehab facility undergoing intense physical therapy as he recovers from injuries and surgery related to the recent car crash. Hart says he's grateful to be alive. I'm sure he is. TMZ broke the story. Kevin suffered 3 spinal fractures after his 1970 Plymouth Barracuda crashed a week ago Sunday, severely injuring him and the driver. After he had surgery, they fused 3 areas around his spine. He is so lucky. Because at first I heard...
All of them are lucky.
At first I heard... Oh, that's right. None of them. First I heard he was paralyzed. Did you hear that?
No, I didn't hear that.
That was a lie, though.
Wife said that he was going to be able to recover anyway. So
I was just glad because it could have been
over with. It could have been another Teddy Pendergrass.
Oh,
I'm sorry. That just, you know what I mean?
Yeah, he did get in that accident, and he was paralyzed and never really recovered.
Come on.
How you know about Teddy Pendergrass? Oh my gosh, turn off the lights.
That's one person I would have loved to have seen in concert. Oh my God, I would have just. Yeah.
You know, Teddy Pendergrass, I never saw him in concert. My sister did. And she said when they would go to his concerts, ladies would throw their panties.
Yeah, I watched a little thing about him on Showtime or something.
And she said
was great.
He was tall, chocolate, and sexy.
Come on.
That's, I mean, you know, that's.
I would have loved to have seen that. But yeah, he could have been another Teddy.
I'm surprised you know about Teddy. Teddy,
Turn him off, okay?
Oh my gosh, she's surprising
I look
me.
young, but old at heart.
She has an old soul. And she probably has older siblings or listen to her dad's music or her mom's music
Dad
or
ain't the one. His
yeah,
mom.
your mom's music. But Teddy, yeah, that's a good, excellent example because with him wrapped around the tree in, from what I understand, somewhat of a compromising position, very similar to what's that actor Malik Yerba, the one who recently said that he was attracted to trans.
Oh yeah, the black guy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
He used to be in Tyler Perry's movie,
he was something a long time ago, some kind of cop movie. Yeah, yeah.
I can't remember that one.
Yeah, he was another nice looking brother. Well, he is.
Whatever floats his
He
boat,
is a
okay?
nice looking brother. Well,
It's right.
I don't know what that was about, and why would I didn't understand
Hey, they say as
Well,
long as you got a change down there, we okay.
I did hear that the only reason why he came out with that was because he's being sued by a trans who said he um, sexually assaulted her when she was underage. That is a rumor, though.
Oh, okay. Well,
So that's why he came out and said he's attracted to him. So when it comes out, anyway,
makes sense.
trying to mitigate it a little bit. Juanita Abernathy, the widow of civil rights icon, the Reverend Ralph Abernathy, and one of the last surviving architects of the modern civil rights movement, died Thursday. She was 87. She died at Piedmont Hospital in Atlanta from complications related to a stroke. She was the last remaining major organizer of the civil rights movement. Abernathy worked alongside her husband and Martin Luther King Jr. and many others in the 50s and 60s to push for equal rights for African Americans on a range of issues, from voting rights and school desegregation to housing protections.
Oh.
I didn't even know. I didn't know she was still. I remember Ralph Abernathy. Didn't know that she was still around, but yeah, it was sad to hear about that. This next story kind of surprised me because you never know what a person does if they don't kind of just put it out there and let people know I'm doing this. So, Little Caesars, do you know if they have one around here?
Yes, they do actually on Manheim.
They do?
Not Manheim, on 20 Manheim. Yeah, right there on Manheim. Yes.
Right up here, right up.
Right past Madison.
Okay.
Next to the gas station over there. I know the area.
I guess. She does. I'm like, really? Little Caesars founder, Michael Ilitch, who passed away this past Friday, personally paid Rosa Parks rent for more than 10 years. ABC affiliate WXYZ reports that Ilitch offered to pay for Parks' downtown Detroit apartment after reading an article about the effort to find her a new home following an incident in which she was robbed and assaulted back in 1994. At the time, Parks was 81 years old, and the incident caused many involved in Detroit's civil rights movement, such as federal judge Damon Keith, to search for a new home for Parks. She was by this time a longtime Detroit resident, having moved there soon after the Alabama bus boycott. After Ilitch read about Parks' search in the newspaper, he contacted Keith and offered to pay for Parks' rent. At that time, in 1994, in Detroit, $2,000 a month in perpetuity. In total, Ilitch paid for Parks' rent from 1994 until her death in 2005. Had no idea.
That's pretty cool.
I
All
know.
right,
It's like
Caesars.
you just never know.
All right, Little Caesars. Okay.
Little Caesars,
Pizza.
I know.
Mhm.
Pizza. President Donald Trump abruptly announced in a tweet Thursday that he has asked National Security Advisor John Bolton to resign, noting that he strongly disagreed with many of Bolton's suggestions, as did others in the administration. I thank John very much for his service. I will be naming a new National Security Advisor next week, Trump wrote. The tweet came just 1 hour after the White House press office said Bolton was scheduled to appear at a Tuesday press briefing alongside Secretary of State Mike Pompeo and Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin. Another Donald Trump. President Donald Trump leaped to the defense of Supreme Court Justice Brett Kavanaugh Sunday after allegations of sexual misconduct that at once threatened to torpedo his nomination to the bench. It resurfaced as multiple prominent Democrats calling on Congress to impeach him. If you remember his hearings, remember that lady that said she was um, she appeared to be very honest and truthful, and they tore her a new one, and he was voted in. Well, now it's coming back to haunt him, and they're saying more sexual allegations. So now they're saying impeach him.
That's a joke.
Supreme Court That is, I guess they should have paid more attention during the hearings.
That part.
The United Auto Workers Union plans to strike against General Motors following the two sides not reaching a tentative deal before a Saturday night deadline. The strike, depending on its length, could easily cost GM hundreds of millions of dollars. The last time the union declared a strike at GM was in 2007. The two-day work stoppage was estimated to have cost the Detroit automaker more than $300 million a day. The union, according to Dietz, did not make this decision lightly. He called the strike the union's last resort. He did not take questions after the remarks. Brian Rothenberg, a spokesman for the union, said the union does not believe a deal will be reached to avoid the strike. He said upward of 200 or so local union leaders unanimously voted for the strike.
It's good for them. You got to do what you got to do.
I know, but it's been so long. It's been over 10 years. I thought everything was going good with GM.
Well,
The sales are up. But sometimes when the profits are up, they don't share. They typically don't share with the workers, and they don't deal with them, being fair. And that's probably over benefits, probably over pay, probably who knows what the deal is. But I hope they resolve it quickly, because now we're finally seeing a lot of General Motors cars all over the streets, and that's a good thing. That's a good thing.
GM. What's GM? Okay, yeah. I'm thinking of the cars. That's all.
Yeah, all the American cars, Buick, Chevrolet, Pontiac, all of them. So
Pontiac is not in. They don't have cars anymore. They're on the street, but they're not producing anymore. Pontiac.
Yeah, but I guess they would only be selling the parts and stuff. Yeah. So, wow, Pontiac was back in the day, like 10 years ago. Pontiac was big.
Big. My mom has one.
A Pontiac.
2007. She bought it brand new. Yeah.
Wow.
2007. Yeah.
But it's still easy getting it repaired.
Yeah.
It's a GM
Grand
product.
Prix are out. Yeah.
Oh, the Grand Prix. There was something. Didn't they have a little SUV? Pontiac something.
I don't know.
Now this story was interesting, and you probably anybody got the score for me yet?
Come on, Jan.
Oops.
I'll get the score while you.
Thank you. Read about this football story. One of the most prominent wide receivers in the NFL, Antonio Brown, has been accused of rape. Brown's former personal trainer says the Patriots' newest recruit sexually assaulted her 3 times between 2017 and 2018. Brown denies the allegations and says any sexual interactions were consensual. That's what Jerika Duncan reports. Now, I've heard so many in and out stories about this story.
Okay.
And you've probably heard many about it too. What did you hear?
At first, I was like, come on, Antonio, you just signed. They did this on purpose to you because you just got signed to New England Patriots. Okay, cool. But the next morning, I hear that this happened in Pittsburgh and also in the Miami area.
Yes.
Neither police departments have any record of it. She never reported it, as if I think she said she reported it. They have no record of her coming to them about any of this. And then he said they were dating. And it's like me, I'm thinking as I'm listening to what he did to her. And it's like, you go in his house at what time in the morning and you just a trainer? What are you doing? Okay. You have to go to the bathroom. Okay. At 2 a.m. And then you just in his room and you laid out on your back. And then what happens? I think not. I don't.
Well,
I'm sorry.
I've heard different versions of it, and I definitely heard that version because I wanted to look at both sides of it. Okay, so on one side, I heard your version, and he actually didn't do any kind of penetration. I think he just touched her inappropriately,
or talked to her
or whatever,
yeah.
or did something. But no one's going to report that. But apparently, after the second time, she said, "You know what? From what I heard, this is all hearsay." She said, "You know what? This isn't going to work. Our relationship won't work." Me being a trainer, apparently they met at some.
Went back 2 more times.
They met at some Christian camp, and okay, the first time she said, "No, I don't want you to do that, talk or touch." The second time, "You know what? I can't work with you anymore." Then he called her up and apologized and said, "It won't happen again." From what I understand, she said, "Okay, if I come back, you're going to have to get me a hotel room." His camp says that they went out together, went on the town, not just those two.
Pictures of them together.
Well, but
I don't know.
But if someone is, if you're a trainer or a coach for someone and you're traveling out of town to work with them, it's not inconceivable that you may go out that night. that you may go out and hit. I mean, think about it. If you were going to LA as a trainer or a coach and you were meeting with someone, it's not so unusual that you and a group of friends will go out.
It's not, but I'm not going back to my um if this is a professional job, I'm not going back to their home. No matter.
It's a professional job, but I think there was friends. They were kind of friends. Now, from what I understand, the time when he did rape her was that when he supposedly got a hotel room for her, and he just kind of took it.
He
Now,
didn't rape her though.
well,
What I know,
I don't know if he raped her.
what I heard was that he, how do you say this?
Just say it. You
Ejaculated on her back with his hand, using his
okay.
hands.
Okay,
But he
so
wasn't. She wasn't like he wasn't having intercourse. He was just pretty much
he was just getting
masturbating.
off on her or
Exactly.
whatever. Well,
Like
she that
you can
that's
hear that. Like, what you doing back there? You can be like, what is? I'm so sorry.
well.
I'm just being real, okay?
What-
Yeah, like you can hear that, and it's like you can just go lay there and be like, okay, that's fine. No, man,
no,
I'm
wait,
sorry.
wait. No, so is
But
this
he
the
ran in the
third?
room, was like, okay, here you go.
Is this the
No.
third time? Is this the third time? Are you
Yeah, I
saying?
think this is like the third time.
But the third time, even with that, even with
You're not
that,
letting no man
no,
just
I'm
masturbate
not
in the room
saying
with you.
even if it was unwarranted, and I don't know how ready he was when he came in the room
Yeah,
or how long it took him to get off.
Hmm.
I don't know all that.
yeah,
And I'm not saying that I believe everybody who's a
of course.
football player, a
Me either. I
police, or a
don't, but
boxer rape
it just
women
don't
or
make
very
sense.
aggressive, but I know sometimes they are.
Yeah,
So I don't. The question did pop up to everyone. Why 3 times?
exactly.
Because
My
she
point.
counted the times when he said something inappropriate. She counted the times when he touched her.
Not one just now.
She counted this time when you're saying he was just kind of whacking.
Yeah.
She counted she counted that as kind of sexual intercourse.
No,
Or
he ain't touch you.
well, no, not if he just did that, but
I mean, that's
spreading
just
fluids, spreading
not.
fluids can get her pregnant.
I'm just saying, 3 times is a lot,
So
and
you
I
don't
wouldn't.
believe it basically.
No, not at this rate. Until you give me some hard evidence, I'm like, girl, why you go back that many times? You know what I mean?
But she really okay, so she apparently he said something to her. How many times have men said things inappropriate to you? Come on.
I
Really?
mean,
All the time, right?
yeah.
So what do you do when they do that?
I don't go to their house. Thank you.
Okay, so
Not at 2 in the morning talking about I'm thirsty. Nah, go to your room and go get
he
something to
said
drink.
something, he could have said something inappropriate, and she goes, you know what, I don't appreciate that, don't do that anymore.
But you
And,
keep. But
and
if
he probably
somebody,
said, okay. So some time lapsed,
oh, maybe
and
she was like,
then
okay, he on 10 Brown. Okay, I'm gonna go back.
no. She probably said, don't talk to me like that or whatever. And he probably said, okay, I'm sorry, whatever. Then the second time, he probably touched her, tried to do something, and she goes, look, I can't work with you anymore.
Yeah.
I'm not going to work with you
But
anymore.
how did
So
she get back the third time?
because he called her and apologized and said, you know what, I'm so sorry. I was so wrong for doing that. That was inappropriate. It won't happen again. So she said, okay, then if I come back, I'm going to have my own hotel room.
And you let him in the hotel room. And
Well,
you
wasn't she a
listen to him
trainer?
masturbate, and then
You know what? I'm
I
about
mean,
tired of you.
Janice, come on,
I'm
we
about done with
real
you.
here.
I'm
Cause
about
it's
done
like
with
you don't hear that.
Don't hear what? Some people do it silent.
Right? Okay, Janice. Oh, okay. So I'm not gonna go there, but what I'm thinking is, I don't know how you can be silent. Okay, like I said, you just gonna lay there. You hear this. You hear it.
You
Exactly. Why you laying on somebody's bed or wherever you was at? Because it had to be on your back, so you was laying on your stomach somewhere.
well, from what I understood, it was like a swift action. Like she was there, and it was a wait now, and it was a swift action where he was probably aroused when he came in the room, and he was probably ready to blow. So then when he saw her, he just blew.
Okay, well, Antonio, get it together. I'm just thinking, why now? Why you wait after the first 2 times and the third, and then he signed with the New England Patriots?
Because
Then here you come.
the other times he didn't. There was no
Yeah,
body
but
fluids
it was
exchange.
2018. You could have said this right after if you wanted it really out and went to the
But
police.
you're not gonna go to the police because somebody say something inappropriate. You just gonna cuss them out and leave it alone, right?
She went there now, right?
She went there because he called and apologized. And think about it. I don't know.
No, we talking about she called the police now to report that
She
he
called the
did this.
police now because it was inappropriate because of bodily fluids. I'm telling you.
But she should have did it the first day.
She should. Well, she
Man, you
probably
doing something you don't need to do with me. Federally.
However where you can get punished. He only by money.
She doesn't want him to get punished. He has well, no, but she doesn't want to break the man. She just to think twice before he explodes again without someone's permission.
Okay. Like I said, she should have did
You
this.
guys, you know what?
I'm just thinking he signed
done.
with the New England Patriots for this much money, and boom, here you come. Oh, okay. Hey, girl.
Who won the game?
Clearly not the Bears right now because it
don't
was
say
like
that.
14-13 with
my
31
God.
seconds left. Sorry to shoot you down, people.
On that note, that's the news you can use. We'll be right back after a quick break on the Voices of Change Intellectual
9
Radio.
seconds. It's a dead mission.
Oh,
Broncos came through.
Like I do. Can't nobody love you like I do. Like I do. Like I do. Like I do. When I first met you, your eyes, they were ablaze. So straight to my heart and my soul. I never knew no one like you before in my life, baby. Regardless of the storm and rain, our love remains the same. Nobody can know what we can do. After all is said and done, I'm still the only one whose heart remains with you. Can't nobody love you like I do. Can't nobody love you like I do. Can't nobody love you like I do. No matter how they try. Can't nobody love you like I do. Can't nobody love you like I do. Can't nobody love you like I do. No matter how they try. When I realized you had captured me, even when I try to turn away, the love that we raise is here to stay. Regardless of the storm and rain, our love remains the same. Nobody can doubt what we can do. After all is said and done, I'm still the only one whose heart remains with you. Can't nobody love you like I do. Can't nobody love you like I do. Can't nobody love you like I do. No matter how they try. Can't nobody love you like I do. Can't nobody love you like I do. Can't nobody love you like I do. No matter how.
For those of you just tuning in, you're listening to the Voices of Change on Intellectual Radio, and that music behind us, that sexy voice is from Fabian. Is he from Chicago? Fabian, another Chicago native. What's the name of the song?
Can't nobody love you like I do.
Can't nobody love you like I do. We're gonna have to play that again during break. I like that. Gonna read some of these remarks, and Shamel was kind enough to tell me the score.
Oh yeah, they
I knew it was too much time. I kept saying it's too much time on the clock.
They need some defense out here. Defense is not the problem, I don't think. I don't know. Whatever.
Anyway, at
They
least they
need
got 13
Antonio
on
Brown.
there. You know what? You know, I wish you
to catch the ball or something.
I don't know.
He only suspended, not even suspended. He just won't play like the first few games, and then other than that, he about to get.
Think about
it's
this.
Time
she
for
wasn't
Tom
trying
Brady to get another
him.
ring.
She wasn't trying to crush him. She was only trying to make a point. So he'll think twice before he does something like that again. She wasn't a vindictive.
I didn't
young
know
lady.
he wasn't married. It's pretty cool. I didn't know that. I thought he was married. He got these cute little kids, Otto and whatever the name of him is. I follow him on Instagram and Snapchat. So
Oh
that's how I
my.
know these things.
Where's he from?
I
Where's he from?
don't know where he's from. He used
Oh.
to live in Pittsburgh, but now he's
Hmm.
going to New England. So, he got a house in Miami somewhere down there. That's where she got her extra stuff on.
Yeah,
And
extra stuff is
then
right.
and then in Pittsburgh when he was living there, well, he still has a house there. He has a pretty cool fish tank, FYI.
Pittsburgh is cool. Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
I
because I
know
watched a
she.
TV show called Tanked, and he had a fish tank, and it was yellow and black, just like the Pittsburgh Steelers. It said AB.
Okay, so
Like,
let me put it to you this way, okay? Just say that you were a trainer, right?
uh-huh.
And he met you somewhere, and you guys kind of clicked, and he said, "You know what? I want you to do some training for me."
Okay.
And you know him because you're following him right now, right? He has a
Yeah.
house in Miami, house in Pittsburgh. He's paying you enough to pay your $3,000 a month rent and everything else, okay?
Okay.
Just from the training, just from coming up there every now and then for the training. So you go up there one time, and he says something that was inappropriate.
I'll be like, "I do. You're doing too much.
Okay,
We
fine.
not. That's not our. I'm just here to work."
And he goes, "You know what, Shamel, you're absolutely right. My bad."
Hmm.
So you come back again, you get your little checks, you pay your $3,000 rent, you come back, and he touches you or he does something inappropriate again. Then what do you say?
You overstep your boundary, so I'm gonna have another whatever company I work from be like, okay, he a little too touchy, so I'm gonna need another client, and y'all figure him out.
And that's what she said. She said, "I'm out." Then he waits a while and he calls you and he goes, "Shamel, I've tried other trainers, but you're the best one I've ever had. I really need you back. I am so sorry. I was way out of line. I'm so sorry. I had a little bit to drink, and I promise it'll never happen again."
Mm.
And you're thinking,
I'm already working for somebody
my,
else in the NFL,
no,
so
but
it's okay.
that's why she wanted a hotel room. She asked for a hotel room. Okay, so then you happen to go. I don't know. Then
Okay,
you
I say yeah, okay.
okay, so you go back, and then he gets all excited and turns into the juice. Then what do you do?
Oh, I'm calling somebody on you.
You're calling them right then and there.
Right? Huh?
But he did
First, I'm
not.
calling
He
somebody
did
I
not.
know
He
to
didn't
come jack
penetrate
you up
you.
real quick,
Wait,
and
wait.
then
He didn't penetrate you. So you felt you're assaulted and soiled.
yeah, it's
But
disgusting.
but he didn't penetrate you. So you don't want the man to go to jail. You don't want
No,
to be
because
taken down
I
totally.
already told you twice.
Right, right.
You was doing too much.
So
Now you tried me. Now I'm gonna show you.
right, okay. So now he pays you $1 million, right?
Before I even expose him. No, I'm gonna expose him before that.
So
So
now
now
you
you
pay a
just
million
out here.
dollars. Well, then I guess I'd shut up. Let's go. Okay, here we go. Please tell me. We have to continue this conversation. This is here we go. So this is some of our comments from Erica Nuttall Taylor. Go Bears. Yeah, go Bears. Win or lose. We're with you, team. We're with you, right? Hello,
Oh,
Cynthia.
and 2.
And Cynthia, I do not know about the Bears winning. However, the Colts made us. You
They
know
won,
what?
girl.
Do not
Shut
be.
the front
Do
door.
not. Do not
I'm
be.
sorry.
Do
They
not
won.
be. Who
Girl,
did?
what are you talking about them? The Bears won 16-14.
Oh,
Come on, God.
oh, did you
Oh,
hear that?
sorry.
The Bears. Oh, I'm sorry.
They had a 2-point conversion. No, it couldn't have been. They did a 2-point conversion.
They had to go 14-13.
Yeah.
Wait, no,
No, it couldn't have been a 2-point
no, they had
conversion.
3 points.
They did a
they
field
did a
goal.
field goal for 3
Okay, come
points.
on,
Go
snap.
Bears,
No,
snap.
y'all.
Did y'all hear that?
All right, I won't talk about y'all Bears. No more.
Okay. See, we gave
Look
a
at
little luck
God
there.
with the 30 seconds.
Cynthia, you said you don't know about the Bears. Well, you need to check yourself because the Bears just won. And don't get on. Do not write a comment under my show talking about the Colts made us happy today, unless you say compliment the Bears with it. Thank you very much. Okay, Cynthia, Teddy was the man. Yeah, I remember. You used to go to all his shows. Steve Upshore, Chicago Greyhound Bus Station. Hey, you in shy and didn't tell me? How long you gonna be here? Hit me up, inbox me. Cynthia McKeeba. Come on, you guys need to share, 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 share. Now we're gonna talk about black women
hair,
in their
hair.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about hair. Yeah, we gotta talk about hair. But
Oh,
first,
okay.
first we're gonna talk about. Have you ever heard of Sarah Bartman?
No.
I bet you have the name probably because I could see her
I'm thinking
figure.
of the Bartman guy who caught the Cubs ball.
Oh my!
That guy, but that's only Bartman I think of. Okay, next.
Oh
Sorry.
my gosh.
That's only Bartman I think of when I
Sarah
hear that.
Bartman, known as Black Venus. This black woman was promised a life of fortune. She was taken to Europe as a slave to be exhibited naked to men and women around
Oh,
Europe.
with the big booty?
Yes, just because of her physique, the physique of a black
Yeah, I
woman.
know what you're talking about
Now you know, right? You
Yeah.
remember seeing that picture of
Yeah,
that. It looked like it
massive.
was, yeah.
Look disformed.
Her life was that of humiliation, prostitution, and slavery of another name. Her story is a very hard one to hear when you're a black woman, when you love black women, or when you love women in general. Her life was not that of Venus, but rather that of a sex slave and zoo animal being exposed naked all the time. She was displayed as a freak because of her unusual physical features, studied, dissected after death, and will only finally be put to rest 187 years after her death. So you remember her. She was this, matter of fact, they had actually like a statue or something of her. Her name is Sarah Bartman. And if you would Sarah Bartman, and if you would see it, you would recognize it.
Yeah, I know what you're talking
You
about
would
now.
definitely recognize it. So that's how I'm going to start out this segment right here because there was a story this week about the swimmer in Alaska. I know you heard about her.
No.
She was a mixed race swimmer. She was in a swim meet and she won the swim meet. She's a real strong swimmer, her and her sisters. But she was stripped of her victory because of uniform violation. You know what the uniform violation was? It says Brecklin Willis, 17, participated and won a 100-meter freestyle state championship race. I'm sorry, it was a state championship race at DeMond High School in Anchorage Friday evening. Upon emerging from the water, she was disqualified by the referee because he could see butt cheek touching butt cheek. According to the National Federation of High School Rules, all swimmers are required to wear one-piece suit to cover their buttocks. Willis was wearing a swimsuit assigned to her by the team. Now, it must be noted, even though she was stripped of this, they ultimately gave it back to her because of all the backlash, obviously. None of the other girls wearing the same school distributed outfit as Willis were cited for violations. The term for it that everyone knows about, anyone who swims, anybody who wears underwear, probably is called a wedgie. That's what she had.
Yeah.
And they
'Cause
disqualified her because they said her body was too curvy. And when she had the wedgie, unlike when some people have the wedgie, it's just kind of there. When she had it, the cheeks touched.
yeah, it just
You know
went
what I
in.
mean?
You
Right.
know, she's just thick. Okay.
And they
Needed
disqualified.
man. Okay. Yeah.
And they disqualified her.
Yeah, whatever. Give Brecklin her stuff back. Brecken, whatever her name is.
They gave it.
Brecken.
They gave it back to her. They gave it back to her.
Haters. Because this heavy booty was killing them in the water.
Ah,
That's what she should have said. It wasn't dragging her down.
obviously
Why
not.
she killed that 100-meter freestyle.
Well, I mean, think about it. She's body's gonna be tight. She's a swimmer.
Haters. That's all right. Brecken, gone girl.
And it brought me to the question:
Butt cheek to butt cheek. Tell them.
is black only acceptable when it's white, or when it's on white women? For instance, big lips, big boobs, big butt.
Oh yeah, they want to be us, but they don't want to be us.
African American culture is only seen right when portrayed through white women. When black women embrace it, they're seen as hood or trashy. Crenshaw, a researcher, presented situations where black women were being oppressed for their sexual representations. Black women are so often shamed and penalized for the same physical attributes that are then praised and made trendy for white women. Society will only accept the trend or feature if it's presented by white women. In another article, when black girls get criticized and white girls get celebrated by Elizabeth Wellington, she presents the way that mainstream society acknowledges whites and not blacks. For example, from cornrows, now I remember cornrows way back in the day. The first white girl to wear it was a lady named Bo Derek,
Okay.
and she made it chic and famous. It was from a movie called 10.
Oh.
And she made it chic and famous. From cornrows, large booties, to acrylic nails, door knocker earrings, and tribal fabrics, only become chic, trendy, and epic when worn by white women. When these same cultural markers are on black women, they are ghetto, urban, and ratchet, meaning unpretty. In connection to Crenshaw, Wellington is stating how this lifestyle is only accepted when portrayed through white and not black. A perfect representation of this is Kylie Jenner. I don't know much about Kylie Jenner myself. Kylie Jenner is an American celebrity. She has plumped up her lips, implanted her butt, and embrace the cornrows, or what is now referred to as boxer braids. All of these features originated from African American culture that have now been modified to be accepted through American society. And you can think of many other instances. What's Kanye's wife name?
Kim.
Kim Kardashian. I don't know if that's her behind or what.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I mean, she
claims
she
it
says it
is,
is, but because of how it is, and it looks like that of a sister, that's what makes her pop. That's what makes her attractive.
Yep.
So the whole thing was, okay, is it only attractive when it's not on us, when it's on them? In the end, is it cool for white to become black and black to become white? You know how you see some black women, not all of us, some black women. I don't want to mention little Kim or point her out, but I know we did a show on her where they showed the old little Kim and the new little Kim. Some saying even, and I don't know, it may be the lighting. Toni Braxton, have you seen her lately?
No, I haven't. Well, she went a little lighter.
Yeah, but it could be the lighting. It just depends on.
Okay.
Because her hair is light. When your hair is light, you look lighter, and if the
Yeah.
lighting is, but and oftentimes we do the butt implants too, so we're trying to get the big butts too, but oftentimes many of us are trying to become more mainstream.
More what's now.
Yeah, and on the other hand, many of them are trying to adapt our features. I think it's interesting. I think it's an interesting concept, and I think everyone should just embrace who they are, what they are, and try to be the
From the
best at their.
beginning.
Yeah, from the beginning, and that brings another thing to the front that we're going to talk about. And I've been kind of on this topic for the past couple weeks, probably because I'm all natural, and it's natural hair. Natural hair, who cares? A 6-year-old African American wrestler named Andrew Johnson was given the ultimatum by a white referee before a match. Your hair covering does not conform to the rulebook, so cut your dreadlocks or forfeit. Soon you saw a viral video. This video hurt me of a white female trainer cutting off Johnson's hair and transformed the teenager into a new symbol of racial tension in America.
I hope he kicked that boy butt.
But
I'm just saying.
You know how they showed it where she kind of like had her knee kind of on it. Well, he was kind of laying down and just cut it. It was just
I don't. I've never had the portion of like I had it where when I was in school, when I was in grade school, micro braids were really big, and I used to get them once a year. And
are those the real thin ones?
Okay. Yeah, real small.
Oh, those are pretty. Yeah.
And I used to get them every year, and I got them done. They got to school, and they told me like, yeah, because the brown hair I had was too light. Like they didn't have a 1B, so she braided like a lighter brown into my hair. I can't think of whatever color number it is,
a 2,
4 or so, or whatever. And they were like, "No, you're brown. You got to take that out."
Who said that?
My teacher. I was like, I told my mom and my grandma. They was like, "No, I'm not taking your hair down." I was like,
I'm afraid to ask what school you were in. I'm afraid
it was a Catholic school.
Oh,
I was like, "Do you realize how long I sat in the chair?"
Right, to get this done?
No, that's like a whole 8-hour shift. And my grandma's like, no, my grandma does hair, so she rinsed it black. Because you want me to take my... You know how much we paid for this? And I sat in pain to look this beautiful. You talking about... You want me to take it down? I was like, oh, lady, you tripping. My mom is not going to be happy when I go home and tell her that you said I need to take my hair down. Because
she told you the first day?
Yeah, as soon as I came to school. I was like, oh, you tripping.
So then you came back the next day, and she was like, black. It looks very nice, Shamel. Is that what she said?
I don't know what she said. Well, she couldn't tell me to take it down because it was black.
Oh, my gosh.
My grandma rinsed it black. That's what happens when you got a grandma who do hair. Amen.
But thank God she did hair, because if she wouldn't have, then she would have wanted to see your mom at school. Yeah, your grandmother at school.
It would have been a big fiasco, but we changed it. We just did it on our own. We didn't make a big uproar. But yeah. So I understand. I feel bad. You cut off his hair. That was who he was. That was his expression. And you're trying to take that away. It's like, we don't want to conform to what you want us to look like. Like, oh my God, chill out.
I remember not so long ago, maybe 5 years ago, different professions didn't want you to wear braids. I mean, like if you're like in banking or even hotel on TV, work, front line.
It was a TV anchor who wore her braids for the first time or something. It's like, be you. Why should I have to conform to white America. Like, forget you. You brought me here. I didn't choose to come.
And why did we have to have a law enacted to say we can wear our natural hair?
Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's like, just let me be me. I don't have the flowy locks, okay? And God forbid they get a grandchild that don't have flowy locks because the child decided to go with a person of color. Then what you gonna want them to conform to?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I hope their parents stand up to them, but
And they do, but it's happening more and more. A 6-year-old boy in Florida was turned away from a private Christian academy on his first day of school because his hair extended below his ears. A New Orleans area girl was sent home at the start of the school year from a Catholic school for wearing braids, just like Shamel.
yeah,
Well, you weren't sent home. You were not sent home.
no, I didn't. No, yeah, I just saw it online where I don't know if this is the same little boy, but he had braids, and the the superintendent told him he's either he cut his hair or he
Yeah.
wear a dress.
Yep.
Excuse
That's
me.
him. That's him.
You out of your mind? You gonna tell
And how offensive can you? How now?
rude?
How offensive
What
can
super?
you be to tell this child's mother either he cut his hair or he wear a dress?
Yeah,
Now he'd be okay with it.
Ignorance.
These are just a few instances of what civil rights advocates say is a growing problem of discrimination against African Americans, adults at work, as well as children at school, due to their hair. Well, now, luckily, well, not that things have totally changed, and I'm sure people are still getting pushback when they try to wear natural hair. But now, because there's laws enacted that says that, you know what, people, you can now wear your own hair without,
Which is ridiculous.
which is
Why do I
which
need
is
a law to
I
say
know.
I can wear what's coming out of my head the way I want to? Please, you got the right one. Because don't let me get on the news and they say, "Man, you can't wear your braids at whatever school I work at." Where you gonna see me?
They probably won't say that to you. Natural hairstyles such as braids and dreadlocks are also appealing because they can require minimum upkeep, although
Come on.
dreadlocks are often started on short hair and must be regularly maintained. Now, the interesting thing about um, having your hair processed is that the natural hair movement, which encourages Black people to wear their hair in its normal, coiled, coarse, or curly state, started when more people begun shunning chemical relaxers and embracing their Afro textured hair for health and cosmetic reasons. Recent studies have linked the ingredients in relaxers, which chemically straighten hair, to uterine fibroids, cancer, and other illnesses. They say that some of the products that we use to put in our hair to maintain it contains those items. It's that to me is horrific. And some of us were going to the beauty shop every 6 weeks, every 8 weeks.
Yeah. And I haven't had a perm fully in my head for a while. And I think after I take my braids out, I think I'm gonna go see how it looks, try the curl way, but if it don't work out, back to the braids I go. I think I want to try and just wear my hair, but my dilemma is me working out all the time, trying to keep it from poofing back up after the sweat or anything
Right,
like that.
right. After you work
That's
out.
my dilemma because I work out pretty much every day, and I just, yeah.
That's why braids work so well.
Yes, I'm a little tender-headed, and I don't like to hurt.
No, then you don't want to comb it after you work out.
Exactly.
Particularly as long and thick
Then
as
I
it
gotta get
is.
up every morning to comb hair. Oh, Shamel, you might have to think twice.
Yeah,
that
you got to get up 45 minutes earlier
or
to comb it,
or
braid
you
it,
can do it before I
whatever.
go to sleep. Oh, never mind. Never mind. I think
Yeah,
I'm gonna stick
yeah,
to
the braids.
Yeah.
The braids. So, this has been an interesting conversation, a very interesting conversation, but luckily now I'm hoping that things have changed and things are different, and now people have the freedom to wear freedom to wear whatever kind of hair they so desire, be it natural hair, be it not natural hair.
Exactly.
But to pick on your kids, that's a problem. When you're a parent, you're sending your child to school all uniformed up and ready to go, and they call you up and say,
About my hair.
your child hair is too nappy, or your child hair is too braided, or your child. That's a
Too
problem.
long,
Too long,
Who
too
you
long,
telling
and he
me?
could put
That's
on a
my
dress.
kid. We need to start picking on their kids. How about that?
Oh boy.
Mm.
Okay.
Then they gon' okay. I'm sorry. No, we shouldn't.
On that note, this has been such a good hour because you know what? It started off with uncertainty and it started off not knowing what the Bears were going to do, and they've made me so happy. And it also made me happy that we had the conversation because you kind of gave me a different outlook on the football player. Because when I came in here, I was kind of tunnel vision thinking one way. I'm thinking, okay, he's a football player. They're used to having things their way. They're aggressive by nature.
Yeah.
He probably, whatever. And he needs to be punished. Don't want to see the man go to jail.
Jail, of course
But
not.
he needs to be slapped on the wrist, maybe 14 days somewhere. But
14
it's
days.
been it's been it has been a pleasure. I appreciate everyone tuning in, and I want you to tune in next week the same time at 6 p.m. We're gonna have to put APB out on E-roll, and I don't know what
I
happened
know,
to him.
right? He didn't even respond on Facebook today. I know he
No,
just really missing today.
I know he was south playing somewhere and said he should be done.
He big timing now.
He's big timing now. That's okay. That's okay. It's good to take breaks.
It
Believe
is.
me. So, it's been a pleasure. You guys have a great week. Shamel, you got a couple minutes to say something because we got 2 more minutes.
A couple minutes.
2 minutes, girl.
Like
You
I
got 2
said,
minutes.
the girl knew what she was doing. She
Wait, what
should have
girl?
turned
Okay,
around
what you're talking
when,
about the football player?
yeah.
You think she planned? It's strategic. She planned it to
Come on,
to
this
to get the
man
money.
signed with the New England Patriots. She knows what she was doing. She's smart. I'll give it to her.
No,
But
I think she may have capitalized. She knew he wronged her.
exactly.
And like I
I
said,
say
she
she's
probably
smart.
thought, let me just wait a while because if he get drafted, if he get picked up,
I mean,
he
got
gonna have
picked
the
up by the
maximum
Raiders.
amount
The
of
Raiders.
money.
Okay.
So she was smart
And then
in that.
they dropped him. And then New England said, "We'll give you a year for all of this."
But
She say,
she
"Ching ching."
she looks like
I need some more
a
cash.
young innocent girl that probably was just so believing. To me, she looked like that.
Oh,
look.
I'm sorry.
I'm just looking like, well, like sure she did. She
Yeah.
did. She's like a young innocent church girl.
Oh, bless her heart.
You know-
Well, she got paid. And girl, bring me some cash if you get it.
Well, she got paid.
I don't believe you too much, but bring me some cash if you get it. Intellectual Radio, iHeart Station,
Voices of
Chicago,
change.
Illinois. Okay.
Have a great week, y'all.
Bring
Can't nobody love you like I do. Can't nobody love you like I do. Can't nobody love